Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Coming at you with a late night upload. I don't think I've ever uploaded this late at night, but we gotta get this done because Barca just defeated Real Madrid 2-1 in their second preseason game at MetLife Stadium. 2-0 so far in the Hansi Flick era for Barcelona. And look, man, it's preseason. You can't overreact in a positive or negative way to anything your team does, and results really don't matter. I mean, Barca, I think this is the fourth straight year we've been Real Madrid in the US in like a preseason tour. And obviously the last year we beat them in Dallas, and then they went on to win a version of a treble, not the treble, but a version of a treble, winning the UCL, the league, and obviously the Super Cup. And we had one of our worst seasons since the turn of the calendar. Since fucking 7 months ago, since the turn of the century. So again, that to me is that's why I don't really overreact when it comes to preseason, because these games don't really matter when it comes to the result, but they do matter when it comes to watching your team and seeing what players you can really count on for the up and coming season for the real games. And for Barca, man, my biggest takeaway from this preseason so far has been that Joan Laporta and Deco are really gonna get away with it. They're really gonna get away with, sorry, I had the burp, having a subpar transfer window and really being incompetent. That's just the fact of the matter, because these kids from Masia continue to prove that Barca, financial struggles or not, and I said this in my previous video as well, but I want to reiterate it one more time because it is important. Financial struggles or not, Barca will never really struggle badly because you have those kids from La Masia, and today, man, they proved it once again. So many standout players, so many youngsters that prove, not just La Masia, by the way, because Pau Victor has 3 goals so far this preseason. Has been fucking amazing. And obviously we know he's not from La Masia, but Barca's youngsters as a whole have been amazing, bro. They've been really, really good. And I think that when I look at this up and coming Barca season, we're going to rely on those kids a lot. And I think that those kids can set the foundation for maybe Barca becoming that team once again in the very near future, hopefully under Hansi Flick. But yeah, man, to me, what I saw today was just McCoy. I thought he had a really, really good game. I thought Alex Valle, playing out of position on the right back, looked amazing as well. Both goals he was involved in. And I mean, the kid just looks really, really good, man. He looks really, really good. And I'm really excited to see his future at Barcelona, because obviously a guy who plays a position, he's a fullback. We need depth in that position, especially with the whole Cancelo situation. And I think if that can be incorporated into the first team and play some minutes this up and coming season, I think that would be fucking amazing, because we saw today, I mean, the kid is a beast, bro. Alex Valle is a beast. Who else impressed me today? I thought Bernal and Casado both looked really, really good. I mean, those two kids, man. Again, I still would like Barca to go out and sign a pivot, an actual midfielder, a ball-winning midfielder, because I think that position still needs some more depth in it, and I think that you can't just rely on 2 kids from La Masia to fill a position that was basically the reason why you had such a terrible season last year. I mean, we know last year for Barca was bad because we didn't really have a pivot, and we saw that in games that we played. We were so bad in transition, and just that position caused so many problems for us last year. So again, for you to basically rely on those 2 kids to transform it is, to me, it's not a great look for the club, and I think that they should be doing better in that department. But still, if those 2 kids are playing minutes for us this year, in real minutes, in real games, whether it's in the UCL or in the league, I wouldn't be opposed to it, honestly, because I thought Casado today looked really, really good, winning his duels and in possession. He was very clean. I mean, he looked really, really comfortable. And I think Bernal just has a his physical attributes are so great. And the kid, you could just see the quality every time you watch him play. So those 2 kids for me, again, were just fantastic. And they're 2 kids that I think we're going to see a lot in the real games, because obviously we know Barca are looking at like they're not going to sign a midfielder. And again, those 2 guys, and with Romeo gone, actually, like Romeo's gone now to Girona, so again, you're gonna have to have people step up, and those 2 kids, I believe in them to do so. Yeah, man, for me, who else impressed me? Guille Fernandez was everywhere on the pitch today. I mean, I thought he played a really, really good game. But yeah, man, for me, I'm impressed with the kids from La Masia. I like the way that Roque looked when he came on. I think people are gonna think that I'm glazing Roque, but honestly, bro, I just like the way that when you see him playing centrally, you see how he's making those runs. He's putting pressure on that back line because of his movement. And that's something that I really, really like to see from Vitor Roque. And I think that, for me, again, Lewa today wasn't at his worst. Wasn't nearly as bad as he was against Man City when he came on in that game. But still, bro, you just see that the guy's just not the same. And he has good moments, but for the most part, he's really underwhelming, guys. Again, I'm not trying to hate, but again, we have to talk about it. I mean, it's really, really underwhelming for the most part when you see Lewandowski play. Look, I think the first half, Madrid were a little bit better up until the goal. Just a tad bit better, but I think it was even. And then the second half, I think Barca were better for the most part until Vini came on, and then Vini kind of started, looking like what he is, which is probably the best or one of the 2 best players in the world, in my opinion, at this point. because he was just, I mean, he wasn't cooking for it, but he was definitely, he made it difficult for Ford. I would say that because he was just, oh my God, bro, Vini was just insanely good. That Martin kid from Madrid that got the yellow, bro, what the fuck was up with him today, by the way? He just kept fouling and fouling. He looked like I don't know, he just looked like he was out on the pitch to foul people. He made so many fouls in a friendly game. It looked so weird, and obviously one of the few players that got booked today. But that was so weird. I think his name is Mario Martin. I had never heard of him before, but again, I don't know what the fuck that was, but he needs to get his shit. He needs to get his stuff under control because he was just going after, like, he was making so many stupid challenges. But yeah, man, for me, Rafinha when he came on looked kind of out of sync. Gundogan had a great play when he came on, when he had that little whatever the fuck he had, like he basically erased two defenders. I think Madrid for them, again, I wouldn't panic because, you know, they were fielding a decent team. Endrick today, actually, we should talk about Endrick. He played. You see the quality with the kid at times, but again, for them, like, I wasn't really that impressed. And I'm not trying to be mean because obviously people think I'm an Endrick hater, and I'm not trying to be an Endrick hater, but again, I'm not seeing, you know, maybe, again, it's preseason, so we'll see what happens once the games actually start. But for now, I wasn't that impressed with this performance today, but again, he's still really, I'm assuming he's going to start growing into, like, the player that he's going to become once he starts playing in the real games. That's obviously usually how you grow as a footballer, by gaining experience. So I'm sure that once he gains experience, he's going to be a lot better. Arda Güler looked really good in my opinion. Arda Güler is a really good player, bro. He is really fucking good. And I think that he's going to be a key part for that Madrid team this up and coming year because he's a beast, bro. We saw it at the Euros for Turkey, and we're seeing it like we saw last year when he got time to play for Madrid. I think Arda Güler is a really good player. A very good player. But yeah, man, other than that, it's a preseason game, so again, you can't really put too much stock in stuff like this. But I am optimistic from what I see from Barca because I'm seeing an exciting brand of football from Hansi Flick. And I'm seeing a team that is coming out with a different energy for these games at times. And I really do like that. I honestly think that Barca are poised to have a good year. Now, am I saying that a good year? Look, what does a good year mean? You might be asking yourself. I can read your mind. You see, I knew you were going to ask that in your head. And I was like, I'm going to say it before he asked it. But anyway, that's besides the point. What is a good year for Barca? I think a good year for Barca would be, you know, winning one, maybe two trophies. And I'm talking about, like, not just the Copa del Rey, like an actual good trophy, like a league title, or hopefully the UCL. And if you can win a league title and make it at least to the semifinal or the final of the UCL, I would consider that a good season. Again, people might think I'm asking for too much. I think the squad has a lot of quality, and if you get contributions from the kids from La Masia, I think the sky's the limit for this team, honestly. But again, look at me doing what I said we shouldn't do in the intro, which is overreact to preseason games. I'm sitting here talking about fucking winning the UCL and the league title. But anyway, man, again, I'm a delusional fan. I think most people who are football fans are delusional to some degree. But yeah, bro, overall, look, I think that Barca have had a decent preseason so far, obviously not beating Man City, beating them on penalties, but still getting a result against Man City, and today beating Real Madrid in the Classico, which again, it's preseason, doesn't really mean anything, but again, this is still, like, these are two very prideful clubs that want to win every Classico. Again, I don't think Madrid's going to go into the locker room and cry tonight because they lost. I don't think their fans are sitting at home fucking, you know, like, wiping tears away because they lost a preseason game at MetLife. But sorry, I had to burp again. Jesus Christ, man. We hadn't burped in a couple videos, and now we're just, like, accumulating it all into, like, it's been so many burps in the past few videos. But anyway, but yeah, like I said, man, those are my thoughts in the game today. I think the La Masia kids and the youngsters from Barca continue to look really good. I think that this season is gonna feature those kids a lot, man. I think we're gonna see a lot of La Masia kids. I think that's the more kids that we see from La Masia on the pitch for Barcelona in a game, I think that's a recipe for success because those kids have never really let Barca down for the most part. And they continue to show that, look, if you give us the opportunity to prove ourselves, most of the time we're going to come good. And as a Barca fan, I couldn't be more thankful for that. Because again, most clubs in the financial situation that Barca's in currently would not survive. And Barca are where they are right now because of La Masia. The most promising youngster in world football, the guy who just had an amazing Euro campaign, one of the best Euro campaigns that I've seen at 16 years old, is from your academy, and he's going to be your star in this up and coming season. You know, that's fucking crazy to think about, right? And we just continue to see it with Barca and the fact that, oh, by the way, that fucking goal that we conceded, what the fuck was that? I just remember the goal that we conceded. What was that? What the fuck was that corner? Bass is wide open. No one is marking him. That's one thing, bro. I don't know. Flick needs to sort that out because that looked bad. I don't know what Flick told him in training, set piece training, but holy shit, that was some terrible marking. I've never seen anything like that in my entire life. Honestly, I've never seen anything like that in my entire life. But yeah, man, those are my thoughts on the game. I gotta go to bed now, bro. It's late. I'm honestly such a an old head when it comes to sleeping early, bro, even on a fucking Saturday. I'm about to go to bed. But yeah, you guys let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I love every single one of you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out.